I think it's safe to say, Jimmy, we're going to have this debate and this conversation a lot before next summer, but we can't write Carl Larin off just yet. But I think there's certainly the numbers that we're seeing. I think that the standout one straight away to me, if I'm looking at Promise David and his numbers straight off the board, 62 minutes and 2 goals, Jimmy, I think he's certainly one that's really impressed in the early stages of his career up to now. I think the most important aspect of this as well is who's going to get the best out of Jonathan David. And I think we've seen Tani Oluwaseyi being in this position, haven't we, Jimmy? One-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he's missed those chances when he's had them. This one in particular impresses me so much. It's not just a finish. It's not just a finish around this. Can we just hold it there for a second, guys? And I look at Promise David's position here, Jimmy. Now, what he's doing here, he's showing to a wide man. If I was a wide man in Ali Ahmed's position there, I'm facing up. I know I've got a defender up my back, and I want to face my winger as he's coming into position, maybe for a bounce pass, a little 1-2. But he sees... Go on, you. He
sees David in this position right now. Now, that's just knowing your surroundings, the awareness. Yes. He gets his head up and he realizes, OK, if Ahmed needs a link-up play here, then that can get linked up. Yeah. Which means now he can pull away and try to drag his defender out.
And watch his movement, Jimmy. I think the one thing about Promise David, I think that sets him apart from the other two is his ability to recognise a goal-scoring chance. Now, he immediately pulls away from the defender. Aside of this finish, which is world-class, it is a world-class finish, the way that he drags and manipulates the ball. The defender's not done too much wrong, it has to be said. It's just a quality finish, but he recognises I've got to get between the middle of the goals. That is where the goal-scoring opportunity is, and he does it quickly.
Well, it's also he understands the defender. As soon as the defender turns, he sees his numbers. He knows he's got the advantage now, which means that he can drift to the right because the defender ends up ball watching, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So he just knows he's very, very clever. Once he sees those numbers, now he can make that move.
Yeah, it's great. Now, we've got Daniel Jebbison. Now, it's a different sort of style that Jebbison has. I think we all recognise that. 3 very different strikers, actually. And the one thing I've noticed with Daniel Jebbison since he's come into the Canadian setup, Jimmy, is I think he's probably tried too hard. I think he's held on to the ball. I think his work rate's been good. This is great work from him at the start of the Ukraine game when he comes off the bench. I think he creates something off the back of it. This is the moments that he's had, which has been quite telling of his international career so far. I think when he's got in this type of position, he sees the space in front of him, so he drives into the space. But overrunning the ball with too many touches. Jayden Nelson makes a great run on his outside. If he gets his head up, he makes the pass, the chance is created. But he misses that chance, doesn't he, Jimmy?
You're right. And the thing is, they tell you all the time, you've got to play what you see. When that window's open, it's got to go. But
quickly.
Now, what ends up happening is those windows close, and now he gets caught in between two minds. Do I play that ball? Do I dribble? And here he dribbles out of bounds. But I think that's the problem. Sometimes when he has too much time, he thinks too much.
And he wants to impress too much. Do you think it's a bit of that with him?
Of course it is. I mean, look, that starting position's up for grabs at the moment right now, and everybody's trying to do a little bit extra, and he is, and that's a prime case that we've been watching through Jebbison.
Yeah, I think up to now, or certainly through Jesse Marsh's reign, I think Tani Oluwaseyi looks the guy that's in pole position for this number 9 jersey, the number 9 shirt. This goal against Honduras, that just on the stroke of half-time, what a finish it was. It was a little bit instinctive. The one thing I would say, as I mentioned right at the start, who's going to get the best out of Jonathan David? Now, they have linked up very well when they've played together. This ball, he plays it out wide. Look at the distance that he makes up, Jimmy, to get on the end of this cross. Incredible. Again, seeing the position. But this has probably been telling of his international career right now, missing chances. Whereas maybe Promise David puts himself in a different sort of mindset, I think, coming into it when he's in those positions.
When you look at Tammy, yes, he's missed some chances, but at least he's getting in there. He's making those decisions. He's gambling in the right times. But for me, he does both sides of the ball. He does that dirty work, and Jesse Marsh loves that.
Quick one. Who do you think it's going to be next summer?
At the moment, Tani.
Tani, I think Promise David. But anyway, that's for another day. We'll come back to that one. We'll readdress it,